Hello, my friends. My name's John Ordorf. I'm the senior instructor at the North American Martial Arts Institute, Norwalk location. And today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through some purple belt requirements, okay, for our school. All right, it takes about 3 months to get to purple belt, and with that, you got to know certain requirements to make sure that you are ready to test. All right. So we're going to cover some of the things that you need to know to test for your purple belt, and that would be advancing from your orange belt, okay? So we're going to start with stance, okay? Stance is a big thing when we're testing for purple belt, and with that, big stance, the major stance we're working on is a front stance for our forms, okay? This is the first belt that we have forms for, and forms are just a bunch of pre-arranged movements that are self-defense based, and they're pretty cool. They do help develop strength of stance and technique along with coordination. So with that, we're going to start with the front stance. Front stance is front knee bent, back leg straight. So looking front position, I'm going to be just about shoulder width wide, and I'm going to be about a shoulder and a half long. Okay, so from the side position, this would be my front stance. Okay, so we're going to, when we do our form, and actually the next few motions, this is going to be the stance that we're going to focus on. Okay, so we're going to start with parts of the form and some other techniques as well that you'll need to know for your purple belt test. Okay, so from that stance, we're going to start with the low block. Now we start from ready position. You've already been taking classes, so I assume you know what this is, Chun B. Right, so we do Chun B, our hands come up underneath our chin, our left foot comes up to our knee, and our arms shoot out straight about belt level. Now, this is ready position. From here, we're going to go into low block. Low block, we're going to sweep the left foot in and chamber the left hand on top of the right. You see the right arm goes out like a punch. Okay, and then from here, we're going to slide that left leg forward and do the low block. Okay, the low block position is about 2 hands above the knee, and we're just outside of the front leg. Okay. And this is a blocking technique for maybe a punch or a kick from the side, okay? It could be a punch to the body. So from here, again, stepping in 1 and out 2 into that front stance position, that's a low block. Now, if we're going to do another low block, we step up, chamber the other side, just as we did the first side, and go into that low block position again. So again, that's low block. Now I'm going to do a high block, okay? So from ready position here, we're going to start the same with the legs. We're going to come up with the foot that we're sliding in. That left arm is going to be in the bottom position, or chamber position, preparing to come up for the block. The block is going to come up above the head so that the wrist is above the nose. This is called a high block. And when we go with the other side, I slide that right foot in. At least for me, that's right foot. And that right hand's coming up. As the other hand turns vertical, this is a good blocking position, and then high block again, okay? When I say blocking position for that vertical arm, it's almost like a nose block, or a nose guard, I should say. But that is the high block. Next, we're going to go into middle punch. And again, from our ready position, I'm going to slide the left foot forward, chamber the left hand, we're going to start from ready position. Right hand slides out into that first prep type position, and then we're going to slide in or step in with that middle punch. When we're striking to the solar plexus where the ribs come together and focusing on those first 2 knuckles hitting, okay? Make sure this arm is lined up really good and solid. And with that, when I go with the second punch, I come up 1, and you can see we chamber this one up high, chin high, and then the actual strike that we're going to focus power on is that right hand punch this time. And I'm going to do that again. This one's a little trickier, I think. So from ready position, slide in 1 and punch. Remember that arm, that right arm chambers. This time the left arm is going to chamber. So 1 and punch. And again, we're punching to the solar plexus, making sure that punching arm is nice and straight. And that's middle punch. High punch is the same thing when we're punching chin level. So from ready position, I'm going to do high punch. 1, 2, punching towards the tip of my chin. Again, focusing on contact, being with the first 2 knuckles. And you can see there's a clearing motion or a clearing type strike, and then our power strike as we step through, okay? And that's just the same as the middle punch, only we're punching at chin level. Now we're going to talk about kicking techniques. So with kicking techniques, for this level, our testing kicks are inside-out X kick and outside-in X kick, or in Korean, outside-in X kick, pakisa anuro chikochagi, and inside-out X kick, anisa bakuro chikochagi. Okay, you don't have to know those for the purple belt test, but those are things that it's always good to kind of pick up on as you're learning, because you want to know a lot of that Korean language as you start testing for higher ranks. So from our sparring stance, and our sparring stance is a little heavy on the front. We're about 70% on the front, 30% on the back. Guard is up, hands are about chin level, arms are close to the body, and we're going to do an outside-in axe kick. We're going to do it from the rear position. So the rear leg is going to come up and drop down through the center line of our body. It looks like this. Okay, that's an outside-in axe kick. Now with the other leg, I'm going to do the same thing. Come up and down. And we're driving that kick target areas. We're driving it down. Target areas can be top, anywhere from top of the head to the nose, even the chin, chest, depending on positions. It can be clavicle. Okay, so there's a lot of different target areas coming down that are good for that axe kick. Again, we're going to do that again. Outside in X kick. 1. Make sure the foot drops down in front. 2. That's outside in X kick. Next kick we're going to do is inside out X kick. Inside out is going to cross the body first and then drop down the center line. Okay, so it looks like this. 1 and 2. Okay. Again, the other leg. 1 and 2. I didn't really mention, but our striking point on that foot is the heel. So when I'm driving down, it's the bottom of the heel that's striking our target, okay? So those are outside in and inside out X kicks. Next, we're going to do a rear leg roundhouse kick, okay? So with this, that's the back leg that's kicking. What we want to do is we want to chamber that kick and extend that kick as we're rotating on our base foot, okay? So from here, making sure our back heel is up, we're nice and light. Okay, we're going to turn and kick. Okay, now with that, you can see there's a chamber in that kick here. All right, so when we bring that leg up, we're going to chamber, turn, and kick. Okay, that's the rear leg round kick. I'll do that again. Come up and kick. Rear leg roundhouse kick. All right, and you want to be able to do that with both legs. Next, we're going to talk about self-defense combinations. So for our testing, self-defense combinations are just that. They're self-defense types of combinations. And they're great. They're a lot of fun. We have one self-defense combination for purple belt, okay, for those who want to earn their purple belt, okay? And this is the combination. With our guard up, we're going to do a double jab. We're going to step on each punch. That jab comes off the lead side. So we go 1, 2 towards the chin, all right? Next, we're going to do a front snap kick. So the solar plexus, drop down in front, right hook to the body, left uppercut underneath the chin, okay? And then we would slide back with guard up. We'll do that again. Double jab, front kick, right hook to the body, left uppercut underneath the chin. A few things to think about with this. On that double jab, we're stepping on each jab, okay? When we do the front kick, snap. All right, if we need to make up ground, we might slide a little bit on the base foot. And then we drop down with the knees. Hook punch to the ribs. First 2 knuckles again. Those lower ribs is where we're striking. And then we rotate. Back heel comes up. We drive up with that uppercut. And I do want to mention that the heel comes up on the hook punch as well. Whenever I punch with the right heel, left heel. Okay? Want to make sure we get those rotations. So we're going to run through that one more time. Double jab, front, hook and upper. Okay? And that's combination or self-defense combination number 5. Now, we've got some other techniques. I'm working solo today, and this is more of a one-off tape just to get this out there for some people. But we have self-defense escapes, and the escape that we need to work on for purple belt is an escape from a rear choke. Now, with that, there's a lot of things I could do. I could do strikes, okay? I could do a headbutt maybe, but with the rear choke, the arm is around here, okay? And I'm just going to run through one escape for that. So when the choke were to come on, we're going to grab at the elbow and at the wrist, okay? Drop and turn. We're going to push up on the hand and bend forward and step around, Okay, so if I'm like this, I'm just going to step my foot right around and push here, okay? Basically what I'm doing is I'm creating a shoulder lock, okay? So the hold comes on, grab, drop, bend forward and push as I step, all right? It's kind of hard to do without a partner, but that gives you some basics on that, and in class, we'll cover that with a partner. Next thing is one-step sparring, and I'm going to show you a little bit on that, and then we're going to move on. That also requires a partner normally, so bear with me here, okay? So one-step sparring is just defense against a punch. And when we do that, we're very careful to make sure that we're doing it as safely as we can, so that way nobody needs to get punched, okay? We want to keep it as safe as possible. But we still want to run through the drills like a strike is coming in and we're reacting to the strike. So when we do one-step sparring, a few things. We do what we call give space, okay? We're squaring off. And we both reach out, both myself and my partner reach out, and so our knuckles are touching, or maybe they're not quite touching, but they're close, all right? And then one of us would step back into that low block position that we were talking about earlier. And then from here, I would be the striker, so I'm preparing to strike, and my partner would be in ready position here, ready to accept the punch, okay? What I do is I cue them. I let them know. I do a spirit shout. So I step back. That's a notification that I am prepared to throw my punch. My partner, on the other hand, is here in ready position. When they're ready to accept the punch, that means they know what they're going to do. They know their defense. They would do a spirit shout, and then they would react, okay? So with that, I'm going to show you what we would do if the punch came in. And I know this is not the best way to show you, but like I said, this is a one-off video. We'll replace this pretty soon with something else that is a little more complete, okay? But when the punch comes in, I'm going to step with my left and block with my left, okay? I'm going to do outside in block, okay? Now, it can be open hand or it can be closed hand. Closed hand or open hand can both strike the wrist, and that's what we're doing. We're attacking the weapon that's coming at us, okay? And as we do that, this is a cross block. We're going to go over that cross block with our reverse punch. And we're going to do a chin strike, body strike, and chin strike, okay? And that's one step number one, okay? And that's just an example of one steps, okay? So I'm going to do that one more time. I'm going to face this direction like the punch is coming here. You can see through the puncher now, okay? But as the punch is coming straight towards my chin, I step forward on a 45-degree angle and I block. That's that cross block that we just talked about. So step and block, chin punch to the chin, low punch to the rib, and again, chin punch, okay? When I finish, I do a spirit shout, and that way my partner knows that I'm done. Last thing we're going to look at is we're going to talk about, at least on the physical side, is the testing form. This is our first belt that requires a form. And with that, like I said, it's just a few motions put together so that you can work on your coordination and balance. So we're going to run through basic form 1. I have to back up a little bit for this. And we start from that 2B position. All we're doing is low blocks and middle punches, but we're doing them in direction. So the first thing I'm going to do is look to my left, chamber, and turn it to a low block. All right, from here I'm going to step forward, again, sweeping that foot in and out into the middle punch. I'm going to look over my right shoulder, chamber, the lead leg will slide behind me, and low block. Stepping forward again, now middle punch. So I've done a low block middle punch to the left and a low block middle punch to the right. Now I'm going to look up the center, chamber for a low block here, and then I'm going to do 3 punches. 1, 2, 3, and I do a spear shove. From here, back leg slides behind, and this is the tough turn. Okay, just remember after the 3 punches, you're going to slide your back leg behind. I'm going to chamber and look. Then I look over the lead shoulder first, and then I look over the other shoulder so I can see what's coming along, and I turn and do that low block. Now, for the sake of the camera, I'm going to move back a little bit, and then I'm going to step forward and do the middle punch again. Now, this is my lead side, so that's the side I'm going to turn to. Look over that shoulder, chamber, low block. And then stepping forward, middle punch. So I've done the low block, middle punch, both directions. Now I'm going to look to my left, and going back down the middle chamber and low block. This time, 3 punches again. 1, 2, there's my spirit shot. From here, back leg slides behind, looking again, low block, step forward, middle punch, look over the right shoulder, lead leg slides, low block, middle punch. Basic form 1. Okay, and that's a pretty good breakdown. You know, you can always hit the back button and watch that again. I'm going to go through it one time at speed. Okay, so ready, position. All right, so we're talking basic form 1, okay? Now, with that, that's our requirements. This is a rough put together of all of that stuff, and I hope it benefits you. If you have any questions, you can contact us through the YouTube page. And I want to thank you for taking the time to watch, and I hope you have a great day.